Let's dive into the full and narrated chapter of One Piece 1133. Are you ready? After the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Before we dive into today's content, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And now, let's get to the video. Page 1. Cover. Cover story. Hold'em appears and takes Otama as a hostage. Speed is lying defeated on the ground and Yamato looks surprised. Page 2. The chapter begins in a flashback. Text box. 22 years ago. We see Ohara amidst flames. Someone says, "The sight of the Ohara incident? It gave me chills. It was a tragedy. Innocent citizens were involved and everything was consumed by a devastating explosion and flames." We see Spandine reporting the events to the press. He continues, "The cries of despair I heard amidst the flames, they will never leave my mind. Who caused all of that was Nico Robin. Moreover, the others, the Marines, and even the warships were destroyed. That was the work of an 8-year-old girl disguised as a weak and innocent child, but in truth, she's a demon. The details will not be disclosed to the world. That was very cruel. The children who witnessed it will be traumatized." Meanwhile, the press says, "If you see her, don't approach her. We won't disclose the details to the world. This criminal, she's a monstrosity." An old woman says, "I saw her. She had the eyes of a murderer." A character says she has a brilliant mind at the level of a cultured scholar, but she possesses no human emotion. Another says, "Look at this bounty. Grab your weapons." Another adds, "Don't be fooled by her childlike appearance. Show no mercy, take her down. She uses unknown and mysterious techniques." While hearing what people are saying about her, we see Robin scavenging through trash, eating scraps alongside a dog. Another character yells, "Capture her quickly. We can't sleep peacefully while she's out there. Quick, kill her. End it once and for all, Marines. That girl, she's a threat to the world." In a shocking scene, we see Robin standing on the edge of a cliff. She's crying and looking down. We hear the sound of a stone falling. In her thoughts, at the edge of the cliff, she remembers her mother Olvia's words. "Live, Robin. You must keep living, Robin." Saul also said, "Listen carefully, Robin. Now you're alone. But one day, for sure, you'll find companions." But with tears in her eyes, Robin thinks, "Why do I have to live? I want to die." We then see thought balloons from Robin. "Why, Saul? It's so painful. 20 years was too hard. I fought to the end, but I was so alone." In the flashback, Robin tries to place Ohara on a map in a book, but is surprised. Someone says, "Hey you, it can't be. You're." While Robin runs away, someone says, "With that childlike face, she'll probably cut my throat while I sleep." Robin replies to the person, "You're crazy." The person says, "I hope you die soon." We see Robin running while thought balloons surround her. "You bastard!" Another person says, "Damn it, I hope you die somewhere, once and for all." While we see these moments of disdain, Robin runs and cries, making the sound, "Dereshi shishi, Dereshi shishi." Page 5, back to the present. New World Elbaf. Someone says, Is there a C next to it? Or could it be? Dory says, "We've arrived at the port. The village is safe." Some villagers say, "Welcome back, chiefs. We were worried." The Straw Hats are still amazed by what they see. Brooke says, "This is absurd. Totally out of proportion. What a thing. So majestic." Lilith and Bonnie are together, very happy in the scene. Bragi then says, "Those guys have arrived too." Page 6. Hadrudin says, "Hey, we meet again." He is talking about Luffy and everyone who came with the new giant warriors who are floating on the ship. Luffy and Usopp are very happy, hugging each other. Wow. Look at that. It's amazing. It's the best. Robin says, "Look who's coming." Bonnie, with heart-shaped eyes, is happy to see Luffy. It's unclear if she called him Luffy or Nika, as the text was cut off. Frankie, with starry eyes, says, "What is that?" The giants explain, "That's a Sval ship. This ship uses the buoyancy of island clouds to move forward." Lilith then explains, "The current climate in Elbaf is perfect. Island clouds, sea clouds, bubbles, rainbows, and hovering. All these technologies coexist on this island." Page 7. Hadrudin then says, "Straw Hat, Usaland and his companions, welcome to Elbaf." Everyone gathers in the middle of the village. Nami, giving a thumbs up, says, "Robin, I knew it. You changed your hairstyle." "Hehe, yes I did, and you've really adapted well to Elbaf, huh?" She's referring to Nami's outfit. Hadrudin meets the Straw Hat crew. Luffy and the entire crew are on top of the giants. Luffy says, "It's been a while, Hadrudin." Hadrudin replies, "I've heard all about your actions. To think that you're one of the Yonko now. Well done, Chief. Later, I'll give you a proper introduction, but these four belong to the New Giant Warriors Pirates." Presentation box, New Giant Warrior Pirates. Road, chained and crucified, says 5. Hadrudin continues, "We are one of your subordinate crews." Gerd says, "Nice to meet you." Luffy replies, "I said I don't need subordinates." Hadrudin laughs and says, "It's fine, we're doing this because we want to. Dagaga!" Hadrudin also mentions that the news of Big Mom's defeat has reached Elbaf. Gerd adds, "It's a pity since she and Linlin used to be friends, but Linlin committed an unforgivable crime against Elbaf." Page 8. We see the giants heading to a tavern. Dory and Bragi are at the door, welcoming everyone. Hadrudin says, "The toasts and lively conversations come after the cheers. First, it's food and drinks. We've prepared a mountain of them for you." Luffy, "Yay, food. I'm starving." "Me too. I got so excited I ran out of energy." Page 9. Presentation box, West Village to the southeast. In the tavern, Robin says, "I can go alone." "No way." Chopper says, "I want to see him too." Nami says, "I'm curious as well." "Well, I'm just here for the sightseeing." Zoro, "Me too." They decide to postpone the party for later. Dory, Bragi, and Hadrudin request to bring Saul along so they can all celebrate together. Gerd takes them on the Sval and they fly to meet Saul. During the journey, Gerd explains, Professor Saul wants Robin to see the library because he plans to turn it into a school, so he asked for her to come. Luffy says, "Listen, Robin, a captain must properly greet someone who helped their crew." Robin replies, "Oh, really? Where did you learn that?" Luffy responds, "That's the code of honor. Got it?" Note, what Luffy really wants is to celebrate and eat a lot. That's his true motivation. Observation, Robin and Bonnie are now inseparable. Paged, Usopp says they even strive to study. That's incredible. The history professor teaches using books, right? They arrive at an enormous water fountain, so large it looks like a sea. Above the warrior's fountain, we see a massive house atop a giant branch. Several waterfalls flow from the branch into the fountain. Gerd says, "That's the Well of Sabers. That place is called the Owl's Library." Nami says, "It looks like a beach." Exactly. Parts of the tree have fossilized and weathered, creating the sand here. The tides don't rise or fall, but we have waves created by the waterfalls. It's basically a sea. Luffy says, "Okay, let's head back to the tavern, everyone." Nami pulls Luffy by the cheek and says, "We're going to see Saul." Robin, with a smile on her face and a hand on her heart, says, "I'm nervous." Tack, tack, a woman appears running. She says, "It's serious. It's serious. Professor Saul. He fell and isn't moving." "Hey, no way. I came here specifically to meet him. 22 years later, and he faints right now during our reunion with such a great friend and savior." Chopper, panicking, "I'm the doctor. I'll examine him immediately. Where is he?" Usopp, also panicking, "Take good care of him, Chopper." The giant woman pointing toward the sea. "That's the direction. He's over there. He's collapsed." Robin, "Ufufu, what a fool." Someone scolds Robin, "Hey, don't call him a fool when he's unwell." "Don't worry, it's okay. I'll go alone, all right? You all stay here." Sanji, "You're going?" Robin Swan. Robin says, "I'm so nervous. I hope I don't mess this up." Then, the scene from chapter 392 is repeated. It's exactly the same scene. Robin walks along the beach with Saul lying face down. We see footprints in the sand in a wide shot. As Robin approaches, Saul lifts his head to scare her. All the panels mirror the ones from chapter 392, but in the original, child Robin had her hands behind her back and wasn't smiling. Now, adult Robin is smiling. Psal, dereshi. So, how was it? Surprised, huh? Saul opens his eyes, seeing Robin, remembering her as a child and now seeing her as an adult. Robin, Dereshi, I'm sorry. I don't even know what expression to make seeing you again. I don't even know how to face you. You're not a kid anymore, huh? Ufufu, still with that funny laugh of yours. Page 14, Saul holding Robin in the palm of his hand like he used to. Dereshi, and you still have that same awkward smile. You made it here all by yourself. Narration box, Saul, the man who saved Robin. Then we see a brief flashback of Robin saying goodbye to her mother, Olvia. You are destined to live. There's no other choice. You'll understand this someday. Saul looks at Robin and says, you have her same kind eyes. Saul speaking as he tries to recall, I've heard about what happened. Page 15. Saul speaks about Vegapunk and the Egghead incident. We see Vegapunk saying, history is something passed down by people. Those are the words of Ohara. In history, even when obscured, many still retold it. While Saul speaks, we see images of the people from Ohara, like Clover, Olvia, and the scholars. Saul continues. The scholars of Ohara, those who passed on knowledge, Vegapunk the scientist. As for the question of good and evil, I'm not sure. But he always conveyed this to us, risking his life. The great contribution of Ohara and Vegapunk. Surely the future will change. Robin, touching the large burn scar on Saul's face. You too? Saul explains how he survived. That moment, what an incredible vitality. When I realized it, I was almost drowning in the sea. We see an image of the fire melting the ice around Saul. Saul, on the island, with the fire and melting ice, it felt like I had fallen into the sea. Thinking about the situation, I learned you had survived, but only a bit later. You, Robin, you were called horrible things, weren't you? I was so furious. Page Steen. Robin, I don't want to dwell on sad stories anymore. Right, Saul? I just want to live. She spreads her arms wide. Of course, no one should ever have to go through what you did. Saul, emotional. You lived. You made it through. And you came to find me. As they embrace deeply, Robin reflects on her journey and the difficult emotions she carried for years. She hugs Saul even tighter. Tears begin to well up in her eyes. Final page. Robin begins crying freely, releasing years of pent-up emotions. Through her tears, Robin says, I missed you so much, Saul. Saul, also deeply moved, replies, I missed you too, Robin. The scene closes with the two embracing tightly. The Straw Hat crew watches with tears in their eyes. In the final panel of the chapter, Luffy is shown with a big smile, as if sharing in Robin's relief and joy. End of the chapter, with a break next week. A deeply emotional chapter. How did it make you feel? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. See you next time. Agora está